And we welcome you to South Putnam High School for the Putnam County Tournament, the final day of it, as we have two great games coming your way. First, the consolation game with South Putnam and North Putnam, and the championship game to be played right afterwards. Along with former DePauw University men's basketball coach Bill Finland, I'm John Herrick. It's great to have you with us on this Friday night. Our broadcast brought to you by Endeavor Communications. Internet speeds up to a gig. Learn more at weendeavor.com. North Putnam coming into this matchup 7-11 on the year, getting ready to face a South Putnam team that is 8-8. So, Bill, this is a rivalry matchup certainly, and earlier in the season when these two teams met, South Putnam won by 20, but you never know how a rematch can go.
You never know how it's going to go. I got a chance to see both of these teams play last night, John, and they're fairly evenly matched. So I think it's a situation where last night, North Putt didn't shoot the ball very well. I expect them to come out and make a few more baskets. I think they were very concerned about the size of Cloverdale last night, and if they can come out and shoot the ball well tonight, I think we're in for a good one.
In this tournament, it is North Putnam, Greencastle, South Putnam, and Cloverdale. North Putnam lost to Cloverdale last night, 64-49, and it was Greencastle knocking off South Putnam, 61-52. Third place game comes up when we come back. We'll have the national anthem, and when we return, we'll give you starting lineups and keys to victory here from South Putnam High School. That comes your way after this on the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning-fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa, from last to fast, and wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town, so you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
There's a look at the South Putnam Eagles, who are in red tonight. The North Putnam Cougars will be in white jerseys this evening, and we're so glad you are with us on this Friday night for the Putnam County Tournament, this final day of it. Third place game up first, the championship game up after that. North Putnam, led by head coach Vince Brooks, with a 94-75 record in his 7th year at North Putnam. They're a team that's made up of 4 seniors, 3 juniors, 3 sophomores, and a freshman. And the head coach for South Putnam is Kevin Rounds, who's 3-3 in his first year there on an interim basis after the head coach stepped down due to personal reasons earlier this season. They have 2 seniors, 5 juniors, and 3 sophomores. So for South Putnam, they're going with Blake Witt, a 5'8 junior who averages 9 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists per game. Drew Klein, a 5'11 junior who averages 5 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Isaac Gardner, a 6'3 junior who averages 16 points and 6 rebounds. Ty Benton, a 5'11 junior who averages 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's coming off a 14-point performance yesterday. And then Khalil Jefferson, a 6'5 senior who scored 22 points yesterday and normally averages 12 points and 8 rebounds a game. South Putnam shoots 48% from the field, 33% from 3, and 62% from the line. For North Putnam, they will go with Griffin Starr, a 6-foot senior who averages 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, coming off a 7-point outing last night. Chase Barber, a 5'11 senior, averaging 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists, who scored 6 yesterday. Owen Query, a 6'2 junior who averages 13 points, 4 rebounds, with 1 assist per game, and he scored 13 On Thursday, Jace Monette, a 5'9 senior who averages 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. And then Brady Brock, a 6'2 freshman who averages 4 points and 2 rebounds a game. North Putt averages 50% shooting from the field, 32% from 3, and 61% from the foul line. Bill, a quick thought from you about what you think the keys to victory are tonight for both
Well,
these teams.
you got to make buckets, right?
Yep.
I don't think we really saw, like I said earlier, I don't think we really saw the North Putt team last night. Very concerned about the size that Cloverdale put out there, and I think we're going to see them be a little more comfortable. They're a little more evenly matched size-wise, and I expect them to be a little more productive offensively. I was really impressed with South Putt. I felt like Greencastle had multiple chances to walk away with last night's game, and South Putt just would not let them do it. They've got a lot of kids that played football. They're very competitive. Won a state championship in football. I think they just have competitive expectations that say, hey, we're gonna come out here and we're gonna win. And that was a very entertaining game last night with them and Greencastle.
Khalil Jefferson jumps it up against Owen Query, and North Putnam is the team that controls the tip. And we are underway here for our third place game in the Putnam County Tournament. North Putnam has lost 4 games in a row, so they'd love to get off the schneid here tonight. And South Putt has dropped 3 of their last 4. So both teams very hungry to get back in the win column. 3 on the way by Brock, and the rebound chased down by Drew Klein off the miss. And here is South Putnam's first possession.
I was very impressed, John, last night with Drew Klein. Incredibly active defender, really gets his hands on a lot of balls, makes a lot of things happen with his athleticism and his quickness.
And unfortunate miscue there by Isaac Gardner as he lost it and had to go back and went over and back. So that's the game's first turnover, and North Putnam tries to get on the board. North Putnam scores 45 points a game, and they allow 50. South Putnam scores 56, and they allow 56. Here comes a drive and a shot up and in from Jace Monette. He's their leading scorer. He had 12 last night. Good start for him.
Very tough finish with the left hand as he goes across the lane.
Klein looking for some help. Goes back over to Garner. Finds Benton up high, and Benton drills a 3. He had 14 last night. So both guys who played well the night before off to good starts here, and a 3 on the other side does not go down from Brock. Rebound chased down by Benton, and here comes South Putt. Moving much quicker on this possession than they did on the last one, and that pays off as Garner knocks down a triple.
Well, Benton, along with those 14 points, had 4 threes last night. So they got to locate him at the three-point line.
And then on the other side, a response from Owen Query.
Or they can just leave everybody alone and have target practice out here.
Yeah, we've had 3 threes made between the 2 teams so far, and we haven't even played 2 minutes yet. Jefferson goes to Gardner, working around the perimeter to Witt. Down to Jefferson, and Jefferson with a nice find underneath to Garner for the deuce.
Well, Garner, who is their leading scorer, did not start last night and has been nursing an ankle injury. And it took him a while last night to look like he was actually really comfortable.
On the other end, Barber a 3. No, Jefferson had trouble corralling it, but eventually pulled it down. Jefferson trying to post up, and good ball denial there by Query. Benton creates off to Gardner again. And now South Putt contends to slow it down, although Jefferson finds a seam he likes, uses it, and scores.
Well, they isolate him a lot in that high mid-post area, and when he gets his motor going a little bit, he's really tough on that spin move, and he's become an excellent finisher around the rim.
Query with the handoff to Monette. Monette drives in, and what do we have? A foul in the lane. They call this one on Drew Klein. So Klein picks up the game's first foul. North Putnam ball out of bounds, and there's that last move by Jefferson.
You'd like him to spin into some help, but there was nobody there to help.
Monette bricks the three. Offensive rebound, though, by Query. Another try at it, this one from Starr, and Starr connects. It's always good to get Griffin Starr involved. He averages 4 points and 3 rebounds, and he had 7 on Thursday night. So North Putnam back within 2. Of course, in boys basketball, we're getting close to the playoffs beginning, and Garner bricks the three, and then a rebound. It was hauled in by Brock, but he was tied up, and it stays here with South Putnam. Boy, how important it is to win 50-50 balls in a rivalry game like this.
Well, that's really the fun part about this, John, is that you know these kids all know each other. They probably play in the summers, play on same AAU teams, all of those kinds of things. So these games mean a lot more.
Klein missed the three. North Putnam tries to get back, and Query ends up turning it over. And then on the other side, Benton had it stripped out of his hands. It stays on this end, though, with the Eagles.
Well, Benton, a very good athlete, got a little bit of a scrape there from Monette, and the ball goes out of bounds. But he's shown to be not only just a good shooter, but he also can go on the drive.
Jefferson draws the attention, kicks it out to Garner. Garner drives, couldn't get the floater to go down. Fight for the rebound, won by Jefferson, but then he steps out of bounds on accident, giving the ball back to the Cougars.
Well, you just got to love Jefferson's motor. He is always going to the glass, always pursuing the basketball, and he's really fun to watch from that standpoint.
North Putt just brought in Owen Thurman and also Samuel Wendt. Wendt, a 6'2 sophomore, and Thurman, a 5'9 junior. North Putt ends up getting it on the attack. They go up the floor quickly. Wendt spins, shoots, and misses, and Jefferson the rebound, and now South Putt looks to push. Jefferson. And they decide to reset it. North Putt fans like that because their team showed tenacity on defense there. South Putnam coach Kevin Rounds calling out to his team there. Jefferson makes eye contact with Gardner and gives it to him. Now Witt down to Jefferson, fall-away jumper, and the rebound snagged by Samuel Wendt. He averages 4 of those a game. North Putnam tries to get their first lead potentially, which they can do with a 3. Starr's already hit one, but he gives it up to Thurman. Thurman draws the attention, and there's a reach-in foul on South Putnam.
Pretty good controlled drive right there. Not great help off the perimeter. Able to get in just a little deeper than you'd want him to. 2 feet in the lane. You can make a lot of things happen when you get 2 feet in the lane.
Ty Benton picks up that foul, his first and the team's second. Barber inbounds. Finds Query. Query to the basket. Can't get it. Wendt fights for the rebound, but Jefferson takes it away from him. Crossover by Witt. Witt goes through traffic, ends up getting knocked to the floor, and it looks like he has 2 free throws coming.
Well, you think you're back, but you're not back, right? You're not back. Just being back is the first part. Being ready to play is the second. And the Cougars just not ready to get matched up and stop penetration there in that transition.
Owen Query picks that one up, his first. By the way, don't forget this game proudly sponsored by Endeavor Communications. Endeavor doesn't just provide ordinary old internet. Their blazing fast, high-speed, fiber-based service is a game changer. Don't settle for less. Switch to Endeavor for the winning play and connectivity. Visit weendeavor.com or call 1-800-922-6677. Endeavor Internet, your fiber connection, your victory.
Well, Witt is a smart little player, John. You know, he recognized that that the Cougars were still in the back pedal and was just attacking, looking to get fouled right there.
He goes 1 of 2 at the line. Query picked up that last foul. He tries to make up for it on the other end and does. Owen Query catches that nice lob, and he's got 5 points to lead North Putt.
Set a nice little back screen on the backside for Query. Good recognition, good pass for the bucket.
Tristan Coons is in the game for the first time for South Putnam. He's number 23 in red. Jefferson tries to find a teammate, does. Now Garner. Garner tries to go to work here. Crowd of players swarms him, and he is fouled by one of them.
Well, a little bit of a bailout right there because I think he was in a bit of trouble. He'd already given up his dribble, wasn't really in a position to score. Probably not a smart place to take a foul.
Chase Barber picks that one up, his first and the team's second. North Putnam sends out Starr and Query, and they bring in a couple of new players here. Brady Brock is back in, and they also put back in Jace Monnett. 2 minutes to play, first quarter. Inbound comes to Benton. So Graham Clark is in the game now for South Putt. So a lot of guys getting some good playing time here. And Khalil Jefferson knocks down his second bucket of the night to give him 4.
Well, he showed a little bit of that last night in terms of, being able to just face up and knock in that mid-range jump shot.
Good pass out to Brock. Has to reverse it. Open three, Barber. Brock chases it down and saves it before it goes out of bounds. Barber decided to slow it up and wisely made the right choice to get it to Monnett, who gets a screen from Went. Monnett going to work, and he is fouled. That is the third foul in the quarter on South Putnam. This goes against Drew Klein, and that's a big problem for them because he just picked up his second, and that's one of the key starters for the Eagles. Barber inbounds. Looking for help, needs it, finally gets it into Query, and Query backs it out, then shoots the three over Jefferson. And then Jefferson comes in to get the rebound, and he pushes. This battle between he and Query might be a big one to determine the victory tonight, and Jefferson is hacked as he goes inside.
Jefferson's got his hands in everything out there. He's going to defend. He's going to try to block the shot. Then he's going to go get the rebound. Then he's going to bring the ball up the floor. And then he's going to feed the post. And he's going to cut to the middle of the floor. He's going to get it back, and then he's going to get fouled. That's a pretty good 10 seconds of basketball by him.
Owen Thurman picks up that foul, his first and the team's third in the quarter. The free throw is made by Jefferson, and that's big for him to see that ball go through the hoop because he only shoots 60% from the charity stripe. Blake Witt and Ty Benton back on the floor for South Putnam. Klein sitting down with those two fouls, and Jefferson drains them both. He's got 6 of the 15 for South Putt. Barber up the floor and decides to pull it back. Shovels it off to Brock. Now this is Monnett into the lane with the floater, and Jefferson skies for the rebound. South Putt on the move. North Putt's never led in the game. They've come close, but just have not been able to close the door, and South Putnam turns it over there for the third time.
Well, I thought you were zigging, and you were actually zagging right there, and that's the kind of thing that happens. What should have been an easy little handoff ends up in a turnover.
Brock goes to work, passes it right to Query, spins it in the lane, had it knocked out of his hands, but it was off of South Putt. Jefferson was the one who touched it last. You're shocked to hear that. Jefferson got his hand involved in something.
He was involved in that, huh? Okay.
What a career he's had as a 6'5" senior. Monnett thought about posting up, then backed it out. North Putt has time to work with here. Thurman with 10 seconds. Monnett curling, hands off to Barber. Now out to an open Query for 3. Lips out, rebound fought for, saved by Thurman. South Putnam ends up with it. Benton can't do anything with it as time expires, but it is South Putnam on top, 15-10 over North Putnam as we head to the second quarter. Putnam County Tournament on the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning-fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town, so you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
As we head to the second quarter for South Putnam, 4 different players have scored. 3 different players have scored for North Putnam. And there's a look at Vince Brooks, the North Putnam coach, talking to his guys. 94-75 is his record in 7 years at North Put. So he's closing in on 100 career wins. What do you think he's telling his team right now, Bill?
Well, I think he's telling them that they've got to get better quality shots on the offensive end, and they need to get back and get ready in transition. The difference in the game in the first quarter is Mr. Jefferson. He's gotten every rebound on the defensive end, and he's got quite a presence on the offensive end as well.
Chase Barber to play it in. So it is Barber, Starr, along with Query, Monett, and Brock. That is the North Putnam 5. It is Jefferson, Benton to go along with Coons, Witt, and a 3 knocked down by Monett.
Little dribble weave out there from North Putt, and the defender just got lost, went under the handoff, and gave Monett that clear look at it.
Gardner, the 5th player out there for South Putt. Benton shot fakes, now steps into a 3 and buries it.
Wow, he's picking up right where he left off last night, where he had a 4 3-point game. He made 4 3-pointers last night, and he's already knocked in a couple tonight.
Gives him 6, and with 14 last night, he's now got 20 in the Putnam County tournament. And yep, we have a moving screen called on Brady Brock as he commits the foul there to start the second.
Well, that's the risk you take with the little handoff stuff. If you're going to run right into, and sometimes you can get away with it, and sometimes if you're still moving and you're in the way, they're going to call you for that offensive foul.
Blake Witt ends up getting it across, goes right to Benton. Jefferson inside, had swiped free by Query, but there is Benton to pick it up. Lobs it out to Garner. Jefferson calling for it. Benton gives it to him. Benton gets in, and what do we have? A travel. Travel on Khalil Jefferson. Normally not something that we see out of him, but
really good job by Query. He anticipated the spin that time, and when Jefferson spun, where the first couple times he's had nothing but space, he had a lot of number 10 jersey in his face. So that's what caused the travel. A really good defensive play.
North Putnam lost to South Putt by 20 earlier in the year, but they're hanging tough here in the rematch, down just 5. Now Monett with a spin move of his own, rifling it out to Brock for 3, and he got it. Brock had 8 last night. That's his first bucket in this one.
Very good playmaking by Monett there. Drived it, spun, drew a little bit of help, finds the open shooter.
Garner attacks, shoots, and scores. Every time North Putt makes a shot, it seems like South Putt comes right back. But North Putt has position here, at least it looked like they did. Barber gets tripped, and this is a South Putnam foul.
Well, that's another, transition is a big deal on both ends. And that time, the Eagles get a bucket, and then they home run trot, don't really get back, and it costs them a foul.
Ty Benton is the one who picks it up, too, so now he's in trouble. He has 2 fouls, so he and Coons come out. Back into the game, Graham Clark for South Putt. And they also bring Drew Klein back in, but Klein's got to be careful because he's got 2 fouls. Starr gets the inbound. Leaves it for Monett. Monett shadowed by Witt. Monett tries to create space. Oh, you could tell he thought about it.
He thought about it.
Thurman had a seam for a second, but then was cut off. Thurman again drawing the crowd in, has to send it back out to Monett. Monett with 5 points to lead North Putt. Owen Query has 5 as well. Isaac Garner leads all scorers. He's got 7 for South Putnam. Query, no place to go. North Putt's used a lot of time on this possession. Monett, lob, has a man open, but he has to get it back out. And Monett is fouled in the lane, this time by Blake Witt, and Witt just picked up his first.
So we talked about it last night, John. We have the shot clocks here. We're just not using them. They are at this moment, they are just decoration.
Yeah. Now that could be changing.
And that was about a 50-second possession that we just watched those guys dribble around.
There's the IHSAA definitely considering that a timeout called here. And while we have a moment, we'll remind you that this game is proudly sponsored by Endeavor Communications. Endeavor doesn't just provide ordinary old internet service. Their blazing fast, high-speed, fiber-based service is a game changer. So don't settle for less. Switch to Endeavor for the winning play and connectivity. Visit weendeavor.com or call 1-800-922-6677. Endeavor Internet, your fiber connection, your victory.
Well, you know, living 30 years in the county, John, I probably bought those shot clocks with my county taxes, right? And I would say that they're doing more than considering it, because schools like this aren't going to buy them if it's not going to happen.
Correct.
And it's not going to happen pretty soon.
Yep.
But for right now, they look good.
Yeah, they do. Yep. There's a lot of schools to survey. Some of them, I mean, I think the majority of them are on board with that. I don't know, but that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, because that's a polarizing topic. You have people that really want it, and you have people who really don't.
Yep, I get it. They think not having it is an equalizer of some type. My brother is a high school coach in Florida, and they were playing with the shot clock this year, and I didn't. You don't really notice that it's that much of an impact in the game once you get used to it.
Monett bricks the 3, and off and running comes South Putt. South Putnam patient here. Jefferson calling for it. North Putt saying, we do not want you touching the ball. Clark, well, Jefferson does get it. He gets swarmed immediately and misses a fadeaway, and Query the rebound.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're the Cougars, that's the shot you want Jefferson to take. Fading off the mid post area.
Monett had the ball batted back. I thought that might have been kicked, but they play on. Monett using a screen, throwing it right to Query for another 3, and he buries his second one of the night. He's got 8 points.
He shot that with a lot of confidence. You can tell he's feeling pretty good about himself at the moment.
Query's had a good Putnam County tournament, 13 points last night, already 8 in this one. And Jefferson had it poked away and then got poked out to Garner, so South Putt saves the possession. They've led the entire half. North Putnam's gotten right there a couple times, but they haven't been able to take the lead. 3 on the way by Clark. No, there's Jefferson, though, had the offensive rebound, but then he had it knocked out of his hands by Query, and North Putt's going to get the ball back here. Or at least they thought they did. I thought they pointed the other direction. They're giving it to South Putnam. Okay. Jay Spana comes out.
Poked his hand in there at the last second, knocked that loose.
All right, so South Putt gets a break here. Witt throws it out. Clark open for 3. He tries again, and this time he buries it.
Well, he's a little bit of a designated shooter off the bench. Last night he got in the game. He wasn't in for 10 seconds. He let one fly, and you could tell everyone was happy with it. They expect him to knock him in.
Nice, strong power-up move by Sam Wendt, and Samuel Wendt is fouled. And he earns a trip to the line. And that is on Khalil Jefferson, just his first. And if there's a guy you want to get in foul trouble if you're North Putnam, it is Jefferson.
Well, he froze Jefferson with the fake right there, got him off his feet. And that's the best way to draw a foul around the basket.
But here's the issue with North Putt. It's been an issue that's plagued them all season, free throw shooting. They only shoot 61% as a team, and Samuel Went only shoots 50%. As he could not get the first one. The second one, though, he does. So those are the first 2 foul attempts tonight from the free throw line for North Putnam. South Putnam 3 of 4 at the line so far. Slashing in, Garner sends it out to Witt for a 3. Offensive rebound, Jefferson put back, yes. Jefferson now with 8.
I'll tell you what, he refuses to be blocked out, because that time there were guys trying to keep him off the boards, and he was not going to be denied.
So yet again, that's been the theme of the first half. North Putnam gets close to taking the lead, but South Putnam comes right back. So they had it down to a 1-point lead, but now South Put has pushed it back to 5. Thurman. Clark forces him back to the wing, but there's Query waiting for it. He can't connect on the 3. Jefferson the board, and he is fouled. And that's on Owen Thurman. He is the first North Putnam player to pick up 2 fouls.
Probably not a great foul. You're 90 feet from the basket. I guess it's fine if you knock the ball away, but I just don't see Mr. Jefferson giving it up quite that easily.
Yeah, and the chances of swiping it away back there not high. Percentages don't really favor you there. Clark gives it to Benton, back to Clark. He'll try another one and miss. Offensive rebound, though, by Klein. Out to Benton, and he misfires on that, and Thurman the rebound.
Two quality looks right there. The Cougars dodge a little bit of a bullet on that possession.
Shot fake by Query. And he hits. You can tell he practices that.
Well, Klein, as active as Klein is, he's getting a little jumpy on these perimeter shot fakes. That's the second or third time he's been lifted and then gotten beat on the drive.
Putnam County Tournament, 3rd place game here from South Putnam High School. Cloverdale and Greencastle play for the championship in our next game. And pushing out of bounds, and that's even worse news for Owen Thurman. He just picked up his 3rd foul.
Well, that's where the last one really hurts. That's the kind of foul on the baseline that's going to happen. But when you give one up 90 feet from the bucket, now you got to go sit on the bench for a while.
Brady Brock and Griffin Starr return for North Putt. Thurman checks out, and the inbound comes all the way out to Clark. Monett was the other one, or rather, excuse me, Went the other one who checks out. And then we have a foul again. This time it is on Owen Query, and that is also a big call because Query just got whistled for his second.
Pretty good post up. Then Query kind of goes for the ball, and that's what gives Jefferson the drop step opportunity. And he needs to finish that one with his left hand instead of going right hand, right shoulder, right into the defense.
Klein comes out for South Putt. Witt is back in. Bit of a tough night for Klein so far, picking up 2 fouls. And the second one by Jefferson missed them both. A 60% foul shooter, not totally surprising. Witt the offensive rebound.
The smallest guy on the floor with the offensive rebound in the free throw situation.
And they get it to Jefferson. What a nice pass from the top of the key by Isaac Gardner.
Great post up. You've got to you've got to just release him and get around him. Otherwise, he's just going to bury your head under the rim every time.
Monett in traffic, fouled. And this time it is on Ty Benton. So Benton is now in even bigger trouble. He just picked up his 3rd foul. So both teams have hit the foul limit here in the second quarter. Tristan Coons is back in, and there goes Bennett out with the 3 fouls. Inbound from Barber, and he lobs it all the way out to Query. Query with a nice move, but couldn't get the shot off the glass the way he wanted to. And Clark the board. And what do we have here? It looks like some sort of issue with Query. He might have.
I think he got a little shot in the nose there and he's also saying, how can I not be fouled? My nose is bleeding.
Yep.
But that happens. It's part of the game.
Yep. Vince Brooks having a chat there. Query's frustrated because he's got to come out. Brock comes back, or actually it's Samuel Wendt that comes back in for him. And South Putnam looks like they are content to hold for the last shot. Oh, nearly taken away there. Chase Barber went after it. Witt acted like he was going to go further and then passed it back out. Time ticking off the clock here. We're down to 10 seconds. Gardner. Now it's 6 seconds. Gardner had it poked free, and it's taken away by Monnet. Monnet to the basket, had it swiped away. They don't say it was a foul. They say it's just a clean block.
Well, Garner was hesitant to go ahead and grab that ball in the backcourt because he thought it was going to be an over and back call. And Monnet just knifed in there, grabbed it, almost got the breakaway to end the half.
Barber lobs it out to Brock. He lets the three go, and it's offline as the first half draws to a close. At the end of half number one, it is South Putnam 27, North Putnam 22. We'll have your first half stats, highlights, and much more when we come back in a moment. You're watching the Putnam County Tournament on the ISC Sports Network.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today. It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
It is the third place game of the Putnam County Tournament on the ISC Sports Network, and it's South Putnam on top of North Putnam in this rivalry contest, 27-22. I'm John Herrick, along with former DePauw University men's basketball coach Bill Finland. Bill, your initial thoughts on what was, I thought, a very competitive first half.
Yeah, well, we talked about it before the game, and I knew that North Putt would play a little bit better than they did last night. There's no 6'11" guys out there bothering their shots, and they were a little bit more efficient offensively. I thought they played extremely hard, and both teams are competing at a pretty high level. That was an entertaining first half.
And then I think the man who definitely stole the show in the first half, who we thought probably would, was Khalil Jefferson for South Putnam. He has 10 of their 27 points.
Yeah, they don't have a great answer for him right now, so they've got to I thought the last couple touches he had in there, they anticipated that spin move and did some things to kind of mess with him a little bit, but he has been all over the place, rebounding it, scoring it, defending. He's been the most impactful player in the first half.
So the fans here and enjoying the first game, and the second game is Greencastle and Cloverdale for the championship. That'll come up after this one. There'll be about a 20-minute break period in between the first and the second game. As for the scoring in the first half, you had 10 for Jefferson for South Putnam. The other South Putnam scoring, Isaac Gardner has 7, 6 for Ty Benton, and 3 for Graham Clark, 1 for Blake Witt, who went 1 of 2 at the free throw line. For North Putnam, they were led by Owen Query, who has 10 points on 2 made threes. Griffin Starr made a 3, so did Brady Brock. 5 points for Jace Monnet, and then 1 for Samuel Wendt. That is the North Putnam scoring. South Putnam trying to stop a 2-game losing skid. They've lost 3 of their last 4, and North Putnam has lost 4 in a row. So we got 2 hungry basketball teams here, Bill.
Somebody's going to get off the schneid here tonight. So that's the good news. The bad news is somebody's going to keep the skid going a little bit, and that's not happy news for somebody. But I'll tell you what, John, the thing that South Putt has gone through, changing coaches in the middle of the season, and that I've been really impressed with them. They just looking at the group, looking at the bench, looking at how the kids are relating to the coach, and how they're relating to each other. The team has a really good competitive spirit about it, and that's really fun to see, because when things like that happen, the wheels can fall completely off, and it doesn't look like that's what's going on here.
And a lot of credit, to your point, goes to Kevin Rounds, the interim coach, who has a military background. He served in the Air Force, active duty from 2000 to 2006, was a combat engineer with a couple of deployments, moved on and got his degree. So you're not going to play for him and not be regimented and follow instruction.
Well, he's got a great demeanor on the sideline. I mean, he's not trying to be the general necessarily. What he's trying to do is he's trying to create a positive environment with the kids. You can just tell that that's his style. And I've been really impressed watching him last night and watching him here again tonight. They seem like a pretty together group, and I'm happy for them.
Also, North Putnam's head coach, Vince Brooks, has certainly got things back headed in a more positive direction. If you remember last year, North Putt was only 6-18, so they're 7-11 now, 7-11. But that means they've won more games this year than they did last year, so you're starting to see the type of trajectory going back up that you'd like.
Well, anytime you do better this year than you did last year, if you're coaching, that's what you're looking for. Now it's time to get greedy, right? Let's do twice as good as we did last year. So they've still got games to play. They've still got things to tune up. They've still got things they can get figured out. But confidence comes when you break through and you win a few games. And these guys, I feel like they played really well in the first half. Make a couple more shots, get a couple more stops, and the score could be reversed.
Yep, and it was 20-19. South Putnam led by just 1, and then they went on a 7-3 spurt there to get further distance away from North Putt. So North Putt hasn't led in this game, but they have been right there the entire way. We'll have second half action for you from South Putnam in the Putnam County Tournament when we come back in a moment on the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications. Technology for real people.
Well, here were some of the first half highlights. Certainly no shortage of 3-point shots that got made. North Putnam collectively made 5 of them. And on the other side, South Putnam, they were certainly chucking them up as well as they knocked down 4. So, Bill, we had 9 combined three-pointers in that first half.
You're going to see a couple of Jefferson spin moves. There he knocks down the mid-range jump shot. And here is that little dribble weave that we talked about. The defenders get a little hung up, and Monette hits that 3 over the top.
So, explain to people exactly what the dribble weave does and how you try to get people open with it.
Well, it puts the defenders in a bind. They have to decide: are you going to switch? Are you going to stay? Are you going to go under? Are you going to trail? You know, and if you're not communicating, that's when the offense can really take advantage. And you got to have a plan. You got to know in advance. You know, are you going to switch? Are you going to go? If a guy's not a shooter, maybe you go under. If a guy is a shooter, you have to trail him, right? And if you don't know who the guys you're guarding are, you're going to have some difficulty. So you're seeing North Putt go to that quite a bit, and South hasn't handled it great every time. So they've got to have a little more of a plan, and sometimes it's personnel driven, right? Some guys you want to go under, some guys you want to go over, and sometimes you just want to switch. The cleanest way is to be ready to switch if you have to.
So guys that need to be careful with foul trouble. For North Putnam, Owen Query's got to watch himself. He's got 2 fouls. And then you've got Ty Benton, who has 3, one of the South Putnam starters, who averages 9 points a game, and he's scored 6. So having him in foul trouble is a problem for South Putnam. And then one of their other starters, Drew Klein, who isn't a great scorer necessarily, but he averages 5 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. So he does a lot of little things that you need, and he picked up 2 fouls right away. They put him back in the second quarter, but then Coach Rounds, I think, decided let's bring him back out before he picks up his 3rd. So that is going to be a key here in the second half, I think.
I think that move is sometimes you want to buy a little time, and then you think, okay, you know, I've risked it this far. Let's just go ahead and get him over here and live to fight another day at the beginning of the second half.
All right, so both teams heading back out to start the second half. South Putnam going with their starting 5 of Blake Witt, Drew Klein, Isaac Gardner, Ty Benton, and Khalil Jefferson. And North Putnam goes on their end with, let's see, Chase Barber, Jace Monette, Griffin Starr, Brady Brock, and then Owen Query. So they're starting 5 as well. A lot of Cloverdale and Greencastle fans have been matriculating in as they get ready for the next game coming up after this one, which we'll have for you right here on the ISC Sports Network. Jefferson tries to power it up, and what a defensive play there by Owen Query, forcing the tie-up, and the possession arrow goes back to North Putnam. So
well, he got lucky right there,
yeah,
John, because he reached in, he definitely fouled him on the catch, no call, and now makes a good play to force the jump ball.
And that would have been his 3rd had he picked it up. So can North Putnam cash in on the break? Monette drives in, needs help, finds Starr for 3. This one does not go down for him, and the rebound popcorns around into the hands of Klein. Klein surveys and dishes to Benton. Jefferson posting up, double team comes. Klein's all alone by himself. Jumper from Garner, cashes it in. Garner's got like a quiet 9 points.
Well, he was standing at the foul line all by himself for about 8 seconds there, and they finally found him. I'm not sure who was matched up with him on that possession.
Monette turns, looks, and then North Putt backs it out. Monette goes driving and kicking to Brock, who lost it, got it back. Not an easy task when you've got Jefferson guarding you. And Query couldn't get that one to go down.
That's the other thing that dribble handoff will afford you is if you don't handle it clean, it's just really easy to drive it into the lane.
Gardner misfires on that one. North Putt still looking for their first second half points. They don't get it there from Brock. And waiting on that ball to fall into his hands was Benton.
South really lucky that time. Not back, not ready in transition, giving up a wide open three. Just doesn't go for the Cougars.
Jefferson, not this time. And Brock has the North Putnam board. So North Put's defense has been pretty sound, but they got to get something going here offensively. They score 45 a game and they allow 50. Brock gives it back up to Monett with a bounce pass to Query. Remember, Query had a bloody nose in the first half, took care of it at halftime. Star to Monett. Monett tries to back his way into the lane, and then to Brock for a three try. Rattles down. Brady Brock's second three of the game, and he's got 6.
Well, they did a lot of exploration on that possession and finally did get one to go.
I think they've tried to shorten the game, especially after the first meeting when they lost by 20 to South Putnam, and they've been far more competitive here in the rematch. And both these teams are in sectional 41 and 2A. So that will be interesting once we reach the postseason. And then here is Garner, and Garner connects on another one.
Well, it makes sense. The Cougars have been in no hurry on the offensive end. But that's Garner flashing into that mid-post area again, kind of wide open.
And then Garner almost got the steal there, ends up poking it out of bounds.
You can tell he's moving a little better than he was a little tentative last night, especially early. He's moving a lot better tonight, playing with a lot more confidence.
Chase Barber comes out of the game. And in for him, Owen Thurman. And Thurman playing with 3 fouls. And Starr had it poked free. On the other way, South Putnam, a drive by Witt. And Witt able to get it to go down.
And he got it to go.
Unreal.
I don't think he's laughing because I'm pretty sure he was trying to put that off the board. Got hit on the arm and the ball just went in.
That's his first made field goal.
Oh, yeah.
He
was definitely going to try to put that off the board.
Starr checks out.
But they don't care.
Yep.
They don't ask how, they just ask how many.
And Witt got the free throw to rattle down. So his first made field goal of the night. And on the other side, that one does not go down.
Another open transition 3, though. South Putt's going to need to get that shored up.
Jefferson left all by himself, and he smokes that ball down.
Not sure how you lose that guy. Because there was nobody resisting that play.
I think there might be an issue with the score on the board there. North Putt's asking about it. Brock this time doesn't get it to go down from the left side. Witt, 3. Rebound knocked around, chased down by Barber. Barber pushes. Monett lets it go from way outside. He's been thinking about it all night, hasn't pulled the trigger on it quite often.
I don't know if he's been thinking about one that far away.
Yeah,
that was like, I'm thinking about knocking a few shots away. Look at how lonely Mr. Jefferson is right there. I mean, how do you lose track of that guy?
And bad news for the North Putnam Cougars, continues to strike. That is on Owen Query, and he just picked up his 3rd. And we've got a timeout called by, I believe it's South Putnam who's calling for a timeout. So
just a couple of real weird defensive possessions have really put North Putnam in a bind. They lost track of Garner a couple times. They lost track of Jefferson, just not matched up. And South Put's made them pay.
This game proudly sponsored by Endeavor Communications. Endeavor does not just provide ordinary old internet service. Their blazing fast, high-speed, fiber-based service is a game changer. Don't settle for less. Switch to Endeavor for the winning play and connectivity. Visit weendeavor.com or call 1-800-922-6677. Endeavor Internet, your fiber connection, your victory. I think South Putt probably wanted to talk, Bill, about those wide open looks that you were mentioning about North Putt. Like, yeah, you're winning, but they were still getting some open looks.
Yeah, I mean, that's if anything's going to get the Cougars back in this game, it's going to be open shots, and they're going to make some, right? So, you want to get back, get your defense set, and make them earn everything as you if you're going to be able to build on this 12-point lead that they've been able to put together here.
Blake Witt looking to get it in and does to Garner. Garner cuts in, draws it out to Clark, and Clark, no, but there's Jefferson, tries to tip it back in, can't get it, and then Jefferson ends up batting it out of bounds, says my bad.
Yeah, well, he tried to stick that one back in while he was still in the air. Probably wasn't in a position to do that. Would have been better off to just come down with that rebound and try to get it back in that way.
Griffin Starr brings it up.
That's easy for me to say up here.
Jace Monett trying to get going and handing it off to Brock. Brock with 6 points, and he's fouled by Khalil Jefferson, and that is Jefferson's second foul of the game and the first foul in the second half on the Eagles. So this is danger time here for North Putt. They were only down 5, and now they're down 12.
Yeah, you're right, John. They've got to string a couple buckets and some stops together here to end this quarter.
Query had it hit from behind. Gardner picked his pocket, and then, unfortunately for Jefferson, he travels with it right back. Yeah, it didn't look like he ever really got it cleanly.
Yeah, he was fumbling it a little bit. Might have been a good no call, but he said that's a rough 10 seconds. I'm not sure about the foul, and I wasn't sure about the travel, and neither is he. He's got a very quizzical look on his face right now. But, to his credit, he's not making a big deal. He's just playing on.
Brock, can he hit a third one? Yes.
Well, he's got it dialed in a little bit. I'd figure out how to find him if they can.
Brock, who averages 4 points a game, has 9. A night after he scored 8. Jefferson misses everything there, and the rebound by Monett. Big opportunity for North Putnam on this possession. They were down by 5 at half. Then they saw the deficit balloon to 12, and now they have it at 9. They've never led in the game. And then a misfortune there by Griffin Starr as he dribbles it off his foot, tries to get it back, and ends up falling out of bounds. That is the 4th turnover on the Cougars. And it looks like Kevin Rounds, the head coach for South Putnam, is calling for a 30-second timeout, which they give him right here. So since this is a short timeout, we will keep it right here and get Bill's thoughts. Bill, second timeout in this half that South Putnam has called. And, they got the 9-point lead, but you can tell Kevin Rounds has that, concerned demeanor about it.
Well, you want to make sure you're getting what you want, right? And so you have a couple possessions where it just guys are just trying to make it quick and easy rather than earning it on the offensive end. And the thing about earning it on the offensive end with these shot clocks that don't work is you can take as much time as you want, right? You're in the driver's seat. So you don't want to play like you're not in the driver's seat when you are, right? And I think the Cougars are in a different situation. We used to play a game in practice we'd call stop, score, stop. So you wouldn't get a point unless you got a stop and a score and a stop, right? And that's how you get back in games, right? Yep. And that's what the Cougars need to do right now. They need stop, score, stops, and they need a few of them here to end this quarter and begin the 4th.
Back in the game for South Putt, Ty Benton. He's got it, gives it up to Clark. Reverses it left to Witt. Now Klein tries to get it into Jefferson. He lost it. It's poked free, still loose, and Witt comes down with it. And then he tries a floater, misses. Rebound popped into the hands of Starr.
Well, there was not a lot of space there to do anything. There were 8 guys on that one side of the floor, and they just tried to force it into Jefferson, and too many hands.
Query working on Benton, and if that is on Benton, that's his 4th. And we've got Query going to the line.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll have a replay on this, but it sure looked like he, as Query turned, he just, as he brought the ball up, it looked like Benton had to put a hand on it.
Benton
must have got a piece of his arm, though.
And Query to the free throw line. He's the 3rd best free throw shooter on the team behind Monnet and Brock. And Brock sits down. Brock has been pretty much the whole offense for North Putnam this 3rd quarter. And Query knocks them both in. He's got 12 to lead the way for the Cougars, and they are back within 7. They're on a 5-0 run right now.
Well, there's a score. Now they need a stop.
Can they successfully carry out Coach Finland's stop, score, stop game? Witt seems like the free throw line's his favorite space to work. And they do get the stop they need. Turnovers have been a bit of an issue for South Putt. That's their 7th of the game so far. Starr got it back out to Wentz, to Barber. Good ball reversal in the hands of Query now. Barber goes to Query again. Boy, Isaac Gardner, he's locked in on both sides of the floor, trying to chase Query around. We got an offensive foul called on North Putt on Jace Monnet. He can't believe it.
Just an illegal screen. He gave him the wave. You don't want to give him the wave. Oh, boy.
That's what the official's telling him.
And that's a good piece of officiating right there.
Yeah.
And if I'm Monnet, I'm looking this guy in the eye and yes-sirring him right now. And he didn't really do that either. You know, he was setting a screen. He kind of chicken-winged his hand out there. That's the call. And whether you like it or not, that's the call. And he did wave the official off, and usually they're going to bang you for that.
Yeah.
They don't like that. They don't like the wave.
And North Putt gives it right back. Gets it right back, excuse me, off the South Putt mistake. We've got less than 10 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Barber tried to get it in, poked free, it's loose, he lets it fly at the buzzer. He almost banked that in.
Almost made it.
Chase Barber just flings it up, couldn't quite get it to go, but North Putt chisels away at the lead after they let it get to 12. They've got it back down to 7 as we head to the 4th quarter on the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash. Stream videos at blazing speeds. And game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
About to start the 4th quarter in this 3rd place game of the Putnam County Tournament. Our MC is telling the cheerleaders to stay out on the court. Oh, he's trying to tell the crowd how amazing of a sport cheerleading is and encouraging people to get involved with it. So that's cool.
Well, I don't know who the voice of South Putnam basketball is, but that guy has been unbelievable. Last night and tonight, they had a Special Olympic type thing at halftime of the first game, and he emceed the whole thing. He's got the remote announcing gear on, so he's being able to go out in the hallway and call the game.
Yep.
He is a very energetic guy.
Yep. And it's that
I'll
kind
bet
of
he's a
gear is
teacher
awesome.
at the school, and I bet the kids just love him.
Yeah.
And he is jacked up.
Yeah. So looks like we have a bit of an issue before we start the fourth quarter. Now, I'm going to tell you, I think I know what the issue is. I think there's one extra point that they gave to South Putnam that they shouldn't have, because they've got 37-30 on the board. I have 36 in my scorebook. They might be looking at that.
Well, if you remember, about midway through the quarter, the North Putt bench was asking about the score.
Yeah.
And you know, they're going to go to the official book, and they're going to, whatever it says in the book, that's going to be it.
I understand that, all right? But that's not our problem. That's what she has. So,
Yeah, Vince Brooks does not look like he's getting the explanation he
So
wants.
it looks like they gave somebody a 3 when it was actually a 2.
Yeah.
And that's not in the realm of the officials. Like they can't keep track of the score.
Right.
They can only make the signals, whether it is a 3 or a 2.
Right.
And if the scorekeeper thinks they saw the 3, they're going to write a 3 down.
Yeah. So they brought the third man in to discuss this.
he has them as a 2. He never had it.
So they see, typically they've got a book. They've got an official book, and then they've got another book down there. And those guys would typically be consulting with each other so the books match, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And it shouldn't be, 15 minutes later that you're talking about, what the heck the score is.
And in Vince Brooks's
But you
case,
know what?
yeah.
When in doubt, go YMCA.
Oh yeah.
I say.
Yeah.
I always say that.
Yeah, YMCA. there's so many, as you know, Coach, there's so many great in-game songs you can go with. YMCA is definitely at the top of the list. Shout is another one.
Shout's a good one. Shout's a good one.
Of course, with my IU ties, I'm partial to Hurt So Good from John Mellencamp. So, there's
You
that.
go Eye of the Tiger, though.
Eye of the Tiger,
DePaul,
always solid.
Your
Yep.
DePaul ties.
Uh-huh. That's always good. There he is. He's at it again.
I told you. I wasn't just making this up.
Yeah.
You don't have it. You need to make sure at every timeout, every quarter.
So it looks like what
He's right. I think I'm hearing him. I mean, they're that's the North Putt book. So they've got their own guy keeping the book. The South Putt book is the official book, and they should be checking with each other every dead ball, and just not the individual score necessarily, but there's a line across the top of the book where they're keeping the running score.
Yeah.
Right. And if those running scores don't match, they got to say something right away and get the officials involved.
Well, and I think what Vince Brooks, the head coach at North Putnam, might be saying to the South Putnam IAD is, this is a mess up on your part, and because you messed up, we lost a point that we shouldn't have lost, is what he's trying to say, and the referee is saying, okay, we've talked about this enough, let's move on now. So, referee told that bookkeeper, you've got to check with them at every timeout, and we're past the point of no return on it. So South Putnam takes over with a 7-point lead. Maybe it's 6. We don't know for sure.
Clark.
Now it's 10.
Well, they went to double, and Coach Brooks may be sarcastically doing a 3-point indicator for the table.
North Putnam with their first possession of the fourth quarter. And Brock, well, he missed it. He fouled his own shot, but in the hands of Drew Klein. And North Putnam has stayed in this game because they've been slower, more deliberate, methodical. They haven't turned it over as much as South Putt has. They have 5 turnovers to 9 for the Eagles. But now, as time becomes a factor and you're down 10, your shots are going to be quicker than you want. Klein might have got away with a travel there. Missed shot by Garner as he slashed to the basket. Garner's had a good game. He's got 11 to lead South Putt. Leading scorer for North Putnam is Owen Query. He's got 12. Barber trapped under the basket, found a way to get open, but couldn't get the shot to go down. And South Putt with the basketball, and now a 10-point advantage. 3 by Witt, got it.
Well, they're starting to kind of double the ball and run. They're leaving guys open, right? And that's probably not. It's still a little early for that, I think.
Vince Brooks telling his team, you got to move. And there's a tie-up as Monett. Well, it looks like, I think North Putt should have the arrow. Yes, they do. So stays on this end.
Just drove it into the lane. Got a couple of guys.
Smart move by Blake Witt to get out there and make sure he got the ball. And Query is fouled, and it appears it's on Garner. All right, first foul of the fourth quarter on either team, and the first on Garner for the game. And Query back to the free throw line where he's 2 of 2 tonight. Free throws with the clock stopped. That's exactly what North Putnam would like to have. Query's able to make that.
Well, the officials have not been afraid to blow the whistle in this game, and I think that, driving it when you have space is a good answer for North Putt to get back in the game.
And Query now 4 of 4 from the line, giving him 14. Owen Thurman just came back in for North Putt, and they really amp up the pressure here because the circumstances, quite frankly, dictated as they're down by 11.
Well, they're definitely trying to get a trap as the ball's out, comes over half court.
And Klein finds Clark, misses, but there's the follow, and he couldn't get it to go down. Does Garner. Garner tries to chase it. It was accidentally hit out of bounds, though, by Thurman, so South Putt keeps it.
Dodged a couple of bullets the Cougars did right there with 2 point-blank shots. Clark can't make that one, and then Garner can't finish that one off.
And then Clark for 3. He's hit one, but not a second. Offensive rebound, though, Jefferson, and he is fouled.
Boy, Jefferson really climbed the ladder over the top to just snag that rebound. You got to carve him out. You can't just be inside of him. You've got to carve out some space because he's going to go over the top.
And Owen Query just picked up his 4th foul. Now, I don't see head coach Vince Brooks taking him out with those 4 fouls.
Well, he's one of the guys that can give you some offense. And
Yep.
when you're down 11, probably need to keep him in there, change the matchup a little bit. He's found himself on Jefferson a lot, and that's not where you want a guy with 4 fouls to be playing.
I don't know what they're talking about here. They have 4 fouls on the clock. Are they trying? Okay, they're trying to say he has 5. Okay, they're saying, I guess, Query has 5. So he has fouled out.
Well, when you got 5, you don't have any choice.
Nah,
you got to take him.
Yeah, I was going to say with that delay there, that's all it could have been. And Sam Went now has to come in for it. Jefferson to the line tonight where he is 2 out of 4. 12 points, make it 13. Well, they have found a way to keep Jefferson more at bay here in the second half. Problem is, though, they've had other guys step up.
Well, he just hasn't had the touches, right? So I think that's the thing that happens. You got a guy who's a little bit of a weapon. You got to find a way to get him the ball.
Stepping into a 3-star. Jefferson skies for the rebound again. Slashing in Garner, bucket, and the foul for the Eagles.
Well, transition defense, not back. Really good push ahead. I'll tell you what, when Jefferson rebounded that ball, he got it out quick. And the Cougars just really, there was nothing they could do in transition. They just were not back and not ready.
Free throw. And then there's a foul on the rebound, but on who? Nope, they don't call a foul, they just call a lane violation. Good sportsmanship between Wint and Jefferson. Wint pats him on the back and says, yep. So Gardner, now that he gets another shot at it, able to make it. So he's got 14 points after having 8 the night before. And this game getting away from the Cougars. Their leading scorer tonight fouled out a few moments ago. Where's the offense going to come from? Monette tries to give him some, and he misses. He has 5 points, but none in the second half. Witt double teamed, foul on North Putt.
Well, one of the things that's really hurt the Cougars is that Jefferson is a one and done machine. Like, they aren't getting no second shots at it at all. So if that first shot is not of great quality, they're not going to get a second or a third shot because he is wiping it off the glass on every miss.
Griffin Starr picks up his second foul. That's the third on North Putnam in this period. Witt trying to get it in, and does. Jefferson hits the mid-range shot. Gives him 15 for the game high. Brock tries to answer on the other side, and Jefferson fouls him on a 3, and he knew it right away. And a good act of sportsmanship there as he helps Brock up.
Just a little bit late on the contest and trying just a little too hard. Just jumped right into that space. And that is not what you want to do when you're up 17.
One thing Coach Vince Brooks for North Putnam's got to like is this kid, Brady Brock, being only a freshman at 6'2". So he's probably not done growing yet.
No, he is a good-looking, long, lanky guy. He's got a good stroke. Can handle it a little bit. He's going to be a really good player.
So important, too, in a game like this to see the shot go in, which you can do at the free throw line, and he's able to convert all 3. He's got 12 points. Timeout, Vince Brooks, the head coach for North Putnam, trying to rally his troops here. Down 14 with less than 5 minutes to play. Our game proudly sponsored by Endeavor Communications. Endeavor Communications does not just provide ordinary old internet service. Their blazing fast, high-speed, fiber-based service is a game changer. Don't settle for less. Switch to Endeavor for the winning play and connectivity. Visit weendeavor.com or call 1-800-922-6677. Endeavor Internet, your fiber connection, your victory. What's North Putnam trying to draw up here in the huddle, Bill?
Well, I think they got to win possessions, right? I mean, so my guess is they're going to try to force the issue a little bit defensively. They're probably going to see a little more trapping and a little more full court pressure, and then they got to find a way to get some buckets. And their best bet is to do it in transition. If they can turn you over, get a rebound, they got to go fast because eventually they're going to be running out of time.
Wide open find there to Klein. And Klein says, nope, clock's on our side. I'll bring it back out. Foul called on Griffin Starr. Starr whistled for his third. Still fouls to give for, well, actually, North Putt is out of them. That was their last one. So the next foul they commit will put South Putt at the line. That might actually be the numbers game you want to play, because I mentioned in the pregame, neither of these teams collectively shoot foul shots really well. 3 on by Clark, off target, out of bounds, and Klein couldn't quite catch up to it.
Well, if you can get the right guys, you probably want to get them. It might be still a little bit early, but at some point you will have to play the foul game, especially if South Putt decides, okay, we're going to take the air out of it now.
Barber had it poked free, got it back, looks for help, kicks it out. Brock a 3 try, bullseye. Brady Brock, the freshman, keeping the Cougars alive here. They're down by 11, and Clark has 15, and then a reach-in foul called. So Klein was hit as he tried to drive into the lane. And that's on Jace Monette. That's his second. But again, North Putnam is now in the penalty for the rest of the way. So on every foul, South Putnam will be shooting 2 free throws. Clark comes out, or he's about to come out. North, as a South Putnam sub, is in at the scorer's table. That's Ty Benton. And the free throw rattles down for Drew Klein.
I think any second now you can expect, John, for the Eagles to start letting the air out of it a little bit. They're up to 12. They've got the lead back up to 12.
Nice.
And they're in the bonus.
Nice free throws there from Drew Klein. He hasn't shot a ton of them. Those were only his 10th and 11th free throw attempts on the season, so he's now 7 of 11 from there. Barber tries to use the opening and drops it in. And that's the first bucket of the night for Barber. He had 6 last night. He averages 3 on the season. South Putt breaks the press, leading by 11, looking to use the clock. Klein gets it away to Witt. Finds his open man in the corner. It's Benton. Got it. Ty Benton with his 3rd 3 of the game. He's battled all sorts of problems tonight, foul trouble being one of them. He's got a big smile on his face after that shot. And a foul called here on Drew Klein as Klein reaches in.
Well, you don't get much more open than that. So you got the Cougars kind of running and jumping. Good ball handling by the Eagles, and they're able to find Benton for the wide open 3. There wasn't anybody within 15 feet of him.
3rd foul on South Putt. So they got 1 more to give. After that, free throws for North Putt on every subsequent foul. And then driving in here, Barber got it to go down. So Barber hadn't scored at all in the game. And then here in the 4th quarter, he's knocked down 2 big ones. Down 12, and then South Putt just says, you know what, we've had enough of this full court pressure. Let's get the ball into our leading scorer, Isaac Garner, and let him do the rest. Pushes that lead up to 14. Barber bobbles the handoff, gets it back. And then Barber finds a seam, uses it, and scores.
Somebody better guard that guy.
Witt got across half court, double team comes. Witt is in trouble. And they give the timeout to South Putnam, and that was very close to being a tie-up. So for timeout purposes, looks like they still got a few left in their arsenal. So a lot of good opportunity here for Kevin Rounds, the head coach for South Putnam, to go over some things, not just for this game, but for what's beyond it. And for North Putnam, you know, they've had a series here of just times where they've been close, but they just have not been able to put games away.
Well, you think, you know, people think that 12 points is a lot, and the truth is, it's, you know, it's 4 or 5 possessions over the course of a game, right? So,
yep.
So when you go into practice, you're thinking, all right, we're close enough. We got to clean some things up, right? We've just got to be 4 or 5 possessions better over a 32-minute period, and those things are absolutely possible. That's why you go to practice every day, to get better. And I think both teams have this last 2 minutes and 20 seconds. It's about winning possessions and being clean.
Putnam County Tournament. This is the 3rd place game, the championship game between Greencastle and Cloverdale coming up next. And the winner gets the bucket, which is, of course, decorated in all Putnam County team decorations. And, of course, if you get it, you get bragging rights. South Putnam coming up empty on that possession. Effa Benton missed 3. Inside 2 minutes to play. Barber's done a lot of the scoring recently, and he tries to do it again. An off-balance shot. And the rebound snagged under the basket by Gardner. And, of course, there's going to be a lot of attention on him given the game he's had. He's got 16 and tries to go for 18. Left it short. Rebound by Monnett. Off and running he goes.
I'm a little surprised to see the Eagles trying to score so quickly, you're going to take, at this point in the game, you're taking unmolested layups like this one. Well, if he catches it, or you're going to take free throws, right? I mean, I think we've established that the shot clock's not on. So,
yeah, and if you're not going to take free throws, then you're going to take time off the clock.
Right, exactly.
Witt to inbound. All the way back there to Gardner. Gardner's been steady scoring. He's scored at least one basket in every quarter throughout tonight. And really all South Putt has to do is just use clock, draw fouls, finish this one off, and take home third place. North Putt will try to right the ship. They fall to 7-12, and after this game, they've got 4 games left in the regular season before sectionals begin. Sectional action begins. And what do we have? I think Monette might have gotten a technical foul. Yep. Well, you and I have talked about the issues that, and then he just got ejected. Yep. Yeah. And Vince Brooks saying, wait a second, all he did was walk by you, but if he made contact with him.
He did make contact, and it would have been easy for him not to make contact.
Right.
And that's just, I'm not sure. He must have said something to get the first one.
Yeah.
Right? And then he's got a lot of places he could go right there to get back to the bench without bumping into the official.
And then not only that, it's not just the bump, it's also the fact that he's laughing too while he does it. And so he's trying to draw attention to himself, and that just, as you know, Coach, referees do not like to be showed up.
Well, he gave him a break with the wave and the stuff early.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
And then, and he clearly didn't appreciate the fact that he got the break. He still didn't like it, and that's what you get.
But so there's 4 free throws coming here for Gardner because you had the technical foul and then you had the ejection. So 2 technicals, which means 4 free throws for Isaac Gardner. And Gardner, again, not a great free throw shooter, 68%. So after missing those 2, he knocks down that.
Well, with that stroke, it's hard to believe he doesn't shoot a little bit better from the line, as he gets only a junior. My guess is he'll be able to bump that up into the high 70s by next year, because it looks pretty good to me.
So he goes 2 of 4 on the technical free throws. At this point now, of course it's a rivalry, it's chippy, nobody likes to lose these games, but the bigger thing you don't want to have happen here is somebody gets overly physical and then something breaks out.
Well, I have to admit that I don't know the high school rule, but I don't know if he gets ejected like that, if he's eligible for the next game.
I don't believe he is. I believe whether you're a coach or a player, you have to sit out.
That's not a good situation at all, given the fact that he's their leading scorer. So there's going to be some lessons to be learned from this one, I think.
And, it's also tough for him. He only had 5 points in this game when he averaged 17. So all South Putnam has to do is dribble it out, and they have won third place here at the Putnam County Tournament as they knock off their rival, the North Putnam Cougars, and the handshakes commence from this one. And Bill, a final thought from you as we wrap this one up and get ready for the championship game coming up in about 25 minutes or so.
Well, I was really impressed with South Putt last night, and they were even better today. I thought that North Putt gave it the old college try or the old high school try. They hung around, they had some chances, and they just couldn't get enough stops to get it done.
South Putnam scoring, Khalil Jefferson had 15, Isaac Gardner had 18, 9 for Ty Benton, 6 for Graham Clark, 7 for Blake Witt, 2 for Drew Klein. For North Putnam, they were led in the loss by Brady Brock. A big thanks to our sponsor, Endeavor Communications. Internet speeds up to a gig. Find out more at weendeavor.com. Cloverdale and Greencastle play for the championship in about 25 minutes on on the ISC Sports Network.